This is a special presentation of Tiger Sports on Alamo Sports and Talk 1230 and 101.9 FM.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9. We're ready here for Game 2 of our doubleheader. The Alamogordo Lady Tigers and the Centennial Lady Hawks. As the Alamogordo Lady Tigers try to bounce back after an 18-0 loss in Game 1. Chloe Lunar will get the start as she did in Game 1. She was pulled after an inning plus. And Alexis Rodriguez and Iceland Ortiz pitched the remainder of that game. And so Ice is behind home plate here. Haley Evans is at short. Amani Kosum is at second base. Alyssa Bautista at first. Alexis Rodriguez in third. Addie Chamberlain's in left. Madison Ruiz in center. And the right fielder, I will tell you here in a second, as Stevie Jimenez will lead things off here for Centennial. As... trying to find my roster. The 0-1 here from Lunar. Swing and a miss, and 0-2. And that is Andrea Sanchez, who is in right field. The 0-2 pitch. And that'll foul off, and you can tell they deflected off the catcher or the home plate umpire, but it will stay 0-2. Can't imagine that Centennial is going to adjust their lineup, considering how well they hit the ball in Game 1. 0-2. And fouled off again. And we'll stay the same. So no big changes for Alamogordo. It's the lineup will look pretty much exactly the same with the exception of Sanchez in there instead of either Colorado or Carbajal. And that'll get to the backstop, 1-2. And we'll get the lineup as we go along here, but in the number 2 spot, Kendra Martinez. And another, just getting a piece of it there for Jimenez as she keeps the at-bat alive. Count remains 1-2. So records are Alamogordo's now 9-4, 0-2 in district. Centennial improves to 12-0 in the season now, 2-0 in district with their win earlier. And an off-speed pitch that'll be fouled off again. That was nicely done by Jimenez. She was able to keep her bat back and just get a piece of it. That was a nice pitch from Lunar. So we also switch home plate umpires here, so we'll see if the strike zone looks any different. And that was interesting. We had the softball thrown to the field umpire for a second and then gave it back to Chloe. Fouled off again. And then Jimenez is the fourth one that she's fouled off in this at-bat. Still just 1-2, but this will be the 7th pitch here in the sequence. And tried to float an off-speed pitch in for a strike, but misses outside. And the count evens up here at 2-2 now, and the leadoff hitter for the Lady Hawks. 2-2. And again, off the screen, fouled off. 9th pitch of the at-bat coming up here next. And unfortunately, as you can hear in my microphone, the wind really hasn't died down any, and now we don't have any sun, so it's going to be a chilly night tonight. And outside it misses, and it's 3-2. Well, this will be a heck of an at-bat for Jimenez if she's able to get on base here. 10 pitches now. 3-2. Ground ball to third. Nice stab by Rodriguez, but she couldn't field it cleanly. That was hard hit, and She was able to get her glove on it, and it just sort of leaked away from her a little bit. And so an infield single for Jimenez, and Kendra Martinez will come to play with a runner on first. Aaliyah Betancourt will hit in the 3 spot again. Bunt attempt, and this is going to roll to the backstop. And so regardless of that, runner advances anyway on the wild pitch. And no doubt Amanda Valles will be in that cleanup spot. And another bunt attempt, and Lunar able to get to it, toss it on to first. They'll throw over to third where Jimenez had advanced, but she got back to the bag in time. And so now the sac fly in order as Betancourt will come to the plate. One down in the inning, and Lunar ready to go. Here's the pitch. And that comes in, and, well, did that go off the bat or hand? They called time. Okay, so they're going to say that went off. Wasn't sure if it went off the nub of the bat. Oh, I tell you what, Aaliyah Betancourt has, and you see it happen in some games where just one player just seems to constantly get dinged. And Centennial coach kind of having a conversation with the home plate umpire there. I mean, I can't imagine they think that that's intentional. Say Alamo certainly doesn't want to put runners in the corners here for Valles as the pitch misses outside. And Valles with a big swing and a miss, and the count evens up at 1-1. Destiny Perez will hit in the 5 spot again. Swing and a miss is now throw out to second. They're going to throw back home, but they're going to allow the run to score. So Ice decided to try to get the runner out there, but they end up scoring from third on the steal attempt. And so Betancourt moves up to second. And it's 1-0 Centennial. 1-2. Outside it misses. And the count evens up at 2-2 here on Valles. And outside again, 3-2. Pitch. This is a high pop-up that'll get out of play on the first base side. And so the count 3-2. 1 out and a runner on second. 1 run already crossed for Centennial. It was a single for Jimenez. She worked to second on a wild pitch, over to third on a bunt. Betancourt got on with a hit by pitch. And then an attempt that allowed the run to come in, and low and away it misses. And that's going to be a walk. So it'll be Destiny Perez now. And this is hit in the air just into the outfield. It should be playable. No, it's going to be dropped by Kosum. And I guess the question was that a infield fly? Yeah, they called infield fly, so the runner is out at first. Centennial coach is claiming that it wasn't routine. I would kind of argue it was. Well, it doesn't. Somebody's yelling that it wasn't on the infield. That doesn't matter. If you're an Atlanta Braves fan, you know that that answer very well from a number of years ago in the playoffs. If it's a routine fly ball that can be a play that can be made near the infield, the whole idea is to protect the runners on the infield. So, if you drop it on accident, you could pick up a double play, or drop it on purpose. It's the whole idea to protect it. So, you could certainly make an argument that wasn't a routine play. I mean, it's a judgment call by the umpires, and they made that judgment call. It can be frustrating if it ends up dropping like it did there. And here is a chopper that will stay fair, and that's going to put the run in. That one just died on the infield, and Vaya is able to get back, and so the run does score. That was just unfortunate there for the Lady Tigers, as another one with a lot of ball spin on it, and as it bounced up the first base line, it just stopped. And so neither Ice at home plate or Chloe was able to get to that, and this is ripped hard and foul. So it was Betancourt that scores. Vias is over to third. The infield single goes to Villegas there. And give her the RBI. And now it's Addie Mocha at the plate. 0-1 after the foul off. And they will throw out to second and get a run down, but the run will score. And the runner will get by the Alamogordo defender and get to second base. And so the run scores and the runner is safe at second. And unfortunately, the miscues here for the Lady Tigers have followed them from game 1 to game 2, and it's 3-0 Centennial. Now, it's interesting the Lady Tigers decided to throw out to second there and not just eat it and allow the runner to come in and score. It was... we see that a lot with runners in the corners in softball is, you tempt the, and you see it in baseball too, as a matter of fact, is you tempt the catcher to throw out to second base and allow that runner from third to come in and score. Fouled and out of play by Mocha. And the count evens up here at 2-2. Nothing Centennial, and just 2 hits in the inning. Fouled off again, and we'll keep it 2-2. Seventh hitter of the inning already for Centennial. Kana Garcia in the on-deck circle. And that's below the knees, and it's 3-2 now. And the pitch from Lunar. Again, Mocha will send it out of play. And the count will stay 3-2. Single from Jimenez, followed by a bunt. She had moved up on a wild pitch previously, then a hit by pitch to Betancourt. The double steal attempt brought in a run as this is fouled off again. And it'll be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Then we had the walk to Vias. Infield fly did get the second out. And the single from Villegas brought in a run. Swing and a miss, and Lunar is able to get out of the inning, but not before 3 runs from the Lady Hawks as we go to the bottom of the first inning on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Did you know that First National Bank is the only locally owned and operated bank in Otero County? This is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Our associates are the best. Not only do they provide great customer service, but they also serve in various roles with organizations in our community. They help at schools and even raise money for scholarships at NMSUA. Does your out-of-state bank or credit union care about our community like we do? Come see our friendly and knowledgeable associates today.
First National Bank, member FDIC.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle,
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Bottom of the first inning on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, and it is a 3-0 lead for Centennial. As game 2 of the doubleheader is just underway. Game 1 took us till about 7:40, and we started this one at 8 o'clock, and no big changes here for Centennial. Destiny Perez pitching again. Behind home plate is Kendra Martinez. Third baseman is Kayana Garcia. The second baseman, Stevie Jimenez. Vias is at first, and Betancourt at short. Amani Kosum will lead things off for the Lady Tigers. And first pitch is in there for a strike. Kosum will switch over to the right-hand batter's box after taking that first pitch. The 0-1. Fouled off and behind the count 0-2. Maddie Ruiz will hit second for the Lady Tigers. And low and outside, it misses. And the count will be 1-2 here to Kosum. Here comes the wind and the pitch from Perez. And this will be softly hit in the air behind first. And Vias able to kind of reposition her body. She initially moved to her right and then had kind of moved back to her left, but makes the play over there at first base. And there is one down. So bring up Madison Ruiz now. Ruiz hitting from the left-hand side. Of course, Perez, left-hand pitcher. Ruiz showing bunt. Pitch misses down and in. And 1-0 to Maddie. Chloe Lunar in the on-deck circle now for Alamogordo in the 3 spot. You would anticipate Rodriguez hitting cleanup again for Alamogordo. As Perez deals. Brings back the bunt. Pitch is going to miss out high and outside. 2-0. Perez ready to go. And the 2-0. And it'll be fouled off on a full swing from Ruiz. And the count is 2-1. Three 0 Centennial if you're just joining us. We're in game 2 of our doubleheader. Lady Tigers trying to bounce back here, but haven't got off to the start that they hoped. Trying to get something started here on this side of the inning, which weren't able to do in the first game. And watching that all the way in, it's going to be a called strike. And the count is 2-2 as that hits the inside corner. And Ruiz sets. Here's the 2-2. Launches that in as well, but that stayed below the knees. And she's worked the count full now here, 3-2. You know, the one positive for the Lady Tigers here, there's still another 12 district games after this one, so lots of opportunities to work back into where they want to be. Just getting a piece of it was Ruiz, and it'll keep the count 3-2. Perez looks in and into her motion. And Ruiz again will keep the at-bat alive. And just getting some swings and getting some contact, feeling, building some confidence against Perez, who held the Lady Tigers to 2 hits in the first game. And Alamo, I think, only had 2 runners in scoring position the whole game. And that one will miss high. And Ruiz will draw a walk on an 8-pitch at-bat. Put some speed on the base pass for the Lady Tigers, and Chloe Lunar, hitting from the left-hand side, will come to the plate and try to get her bat going. Little tap on the outside of the plate, and she's ready to go. And first pitch is a fastball that's right in there for a strike, 0-1. Lady Tigers, by the way, in their white pinstripe uniforms tonight. Black numerals, gold outlining. Lady Tigers across the front. Red uniforms for Centennial with black pinstripes. And Hawks across the front in black, outlined in white. That's at the shins. Counts 1-1. Haven't gotten a final score for you on Tularosa and Dexter. They're playing softball tonight. Dexter undefeated and ranked number 1 in Class 3A right now. So that's a heck of a matchup. Swing and a miss from Lunar. They'll make a throw out to second. Ruiz had gotten maybe a quarter of the way between first and second. She's back in time. And the count 1-2. And a swing and a miss. And a big strikeout there from Perez after giving up the 1-out walk. And it'll bring up Alexis Rodriguez now, who has had one of Alamogordo's hits in the last game. Chloe, I think, had the other one. Melissa Bautista in the on-deck circle if Rodriguez can get something going here for the Lady Tigers. And the pitch from Perez, and fouled off by Rodriguez. Count is 0-1. Tap on both sides of the plate for Rodriguez. Hitting from the right-hand side here against the left-hand pitching Perez. The 0-1. That's going to be right in there at the knees for a called strike. And so 0-2 now to the Lady Tigers cleanup hitter. Perez ready. And the 0-2. And she hits this in the air to right field. It'll be snagged, and the inning is over. So Lady Tigers do get a runner from a walk, but they leave her stranded, and Centennial leads 3-0 after 1 inning of play here in Game 2 of our doubleheader. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
Join OFCU for America Saves. April 7th through the 11th. Vehicle purchases or non-OFC refinance vehicles as low as 4.99% APR with no payments for 90 days. Personal loans as low as 7.99% APR. Apply online at oterofcu.org. Limited time offer, new purchases or non-OFC refinance loans. All loans are subject to credit approval. Not all will qualify for lowest rate. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. The Alamogordo Lady Tigers trailing 3-0. Do have a final score from out in Tularosa. Dexter defeated Tularosa 10-0 tonight. And a hard-hit foul ball off of the screen here for Centennial. Chloe Lunar continues in the circle for Alamogordo. And it is Kayana Garcia who, I think she had 6. Did she have 6 hits in the last game or 5? Yeah, I think she had 5. I'm sorry. Pretty impressive day for her. And I think I misspoke earlier. I said that everybody in that lineup had batted 6 times. I think it was just the top half of the lineup that had. It's 0-2 now right now to Garcia, though. And called strike 3 on the outside corner, and Lunar picks up her second strikeout of the game. And that'll bring up Brooklyn Milam. In her first at bat here in game number 2. And that'll miss outside. Count is 1-0. So that's all the way through the order here. Top of the order with Jimenez coming up next. As the 1-0 is on the way. And that'll miss high and inside. And they count 2-0 now. And the pitch. Called strike. That's on the outer half. Counts 2-1. Low and outside, 3-1. So Jimenez, then Martinez. Soft hit liner back to Chloe Lunar. I think she caught that in the air, but she tosses on the first just for security, and it'll be 2 outs. And it'll be Stevie Jimenez coming to the plate now. Single their first time up. Had a really nice 10-pitch at-bat and eventually hit a hard-hit ground ball over to third that was just a little bit too difficult to field and then toss on to first. And called strike. Jimenez kind of had a look back to the home plate umpire. I don't know if she was looking at ice behind home plate trying to gather up the ball or felt like that one missed the strike zone. And this is shot foul up the third base side. And the count is 0-2. Yeah, strike zone's definitely loosened up a little bit more here with the different umpire. It's I would say a little bit more normal of what I usually see with home plate umpires. And again, not being critical of the first umpire. He was consistent with what he called, but it was definitely a tighter strike zone than what I'm used to seeing. As it's fouled off again by Jimenez, 0-2. She really makes these pitchers work whenever she's at the plate. And has done so with Lunar, not going to let her get out of that at bat without a really good pitch, and that's high and tipped off the glove of Ortiz, the backstop, 1-2. Here's the pitch. And this is fouled off and out of play. And the count remains 1-2 here to Jimenez. 2 hits in the game for Centennial, 3 runs. 2 of the runs came in on double steal attempts. So just 1 RBI on the docket for Centennial so far. And that'll miss low, 2-2. I will say the crowd has thinned out a little bit. I think some people have tapped out and found somewhere warmer to be. Swing and a miss, and a nice strikeout there from Lunar. And she picks up a 1-2-3 inning. A couple of strikeouts, 3 for the game now. Bottom of the second, Lady Tigers trying to get those bats going. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Did you know that First National Bank is the only locally owned and operated bank in Otero County? This is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Our associates are the best. Not only do they provide great customer service, but they also serve in various roles with organizations in our community. They help at schools and even raise money for scholarships at NMSUA. Does your out-of-state bank or credit union care about our community like we do? Come see our friendly and knowledgeable associates today.
First National Bank, member FDIC.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Melissa Bautista will lead things off in the bottom of the second inning for the Alamogordo Lady Tigers. They trail 3-0 to Centennial. Destiny Perez into her motion. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss from Bautista. And it's 0-1. Nice little Ortiz. Oh, I'm sorry, Haley Evans is due up next for the Lady Tigers. As Perez lines and deals. This is high on it, 1-1. She's had a nice mix of pitches herself. A little bit of off-speed stuff, and she's got good velocity on her pitches as well. Certainly has been able to keep the Lady Tigers at bay. Swing and a miss. And 1-2 now here for Bautista. Say it again. I mean, there's a reason this team's undefeated and has played as well as they have all season long. 1-2. And just getting a piece of it and sending it foul at the third base line. So Bautista keeps her at bat alive. But no doubt, I'm sure disappointing that the doubleheader has gone the way it has so far. But hey, there's still a lot of time in this game for the Lady Tigers. Just got to find a way to put some at-bats together on this side. Did pick up a base runner in the first inning, but off a walk and couldn't get anything else going. The 1-2. Check swing and held off. That was a nice pitch there from Perez. And her second strikeout. And I'll bring up Haley Evans now. Ortiz is hitting in the number 7 spot for the Lady Tigers. And most likely Chamberlain and then Sanchez to round out the lineup for the Lady Tigers. As here comes the pitch. And a high pop-up right field. Having some trouble, but eventually getting underneath it and making the play. That was Milam that initially kind of overplayed it, and I'm sure the wind was not helping things either. And also being completely under the lights, too. That's another thing. I know it's a bright yellow softball, but I think if it gets high enough, it can sometimes get above the lights and make it a little difficult to see sometimes. But it's a quick second out. And first pitch into Ortiz is going to miss. Want to know here to ice. The 1-0. That'll deflect off to the backstop. And I should say deflect off the catcher's mitt, not off the bat. So 2-0 the count. 2 outs and the base is empty in the bottom of the second. Centennial jumped down to a 3-0 lead in the top of the first, and they still hold it. 2-0. That'll be a called strike, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. That's right in there at the knees for a called strike, 2-2. And the pitch. Well, that misses high into the backstop again. 3-2 now to Ortiz. And the pitch. And a 2-out walk. So the Lady Tigers with a couple walks in this game. And Ice will head over to first. And they'll bring up Addie Chamberlain. Chamberlain steps into the box, right-hand hitter. Came up empty in a couple of at-bats in game number 1, but did make contact. Popped one out to left field and a ground out to first. And here's a bunt right back to the pitcher. Good coverage by Jimenez from second over to first, and the inning is over. 1-2-4 on the putout. And the Lady Tigers trail 3-0 as we go to the top of the third inning. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. And the Lady Tigers with Iceland Ortiz behind home plate. Chloe Lenar pitching. And Coach Ronnie Reyes was talking to the home plate umpire there. I didn't know if... Oh, no, I'm seeing... There must be a change somewhere. Okay, so Parker Wade is at first base now, and Alyssa Bautista has been pulled from the game for the Lady Tigers. So that is the change for Alamogordo. And so for Centennial, a check swing, and they're going to be a called strike on Kendra Martinez, who laid down a bunt to move up Stevie Jimenez in the last inning. We are in the top of the third. It's Alamogordo trailing Centennial 3-0. Here's a ground ball, and that one is sent into the outfield for a base hit. A little bit of a late break there from Evans. She might have had a chance to at least get to it. I don't know if she would have been able to get it up and throw to first in time, but she was probably about a step away from getting her glove on it. And so Aaliyah Bedencourt will come to the plate. Hit by pitch her first time up. And she'll foul this one. I think she's desperately hoping that she doesn't foul one off herself or get hit with a pitch, or she's had a lot of that today, unfortunately. Some days when you're, I think, softball, baseball player, I don't know, you're just in sports, and it seems like things just keep on happening. The 0-1. And off-speed pitch is going to miss low and away. Count evens up at 1-1. And fouled off and back to the screen. And the count will go 1-2. Well, certainly has been a better go out for Chloe from game 1 to game 2. And, I mean, I will say game 1, she really didn't get, I would say, a lot of an opportunity. It was, pulled pretty quickly and to Alexis Rodriguez, and I think they decided to save her for the second game, as this is laced foul at the first base line. We'll keep it 1-2. So it wasn't like a huge sample size. I guess the walks, and you threw in the really tight strike zone as well. Ground ball and grabbed at second. Underhand flip to first as Kosum was able to get to it. And there's one down. Does move the runner up to second base. And Amanda Valles, who hit 2 home runs in the first game, comes to the plate. The pitch from Lunar. And this is fouled off the screen. Valles walked in her first at-bat in this game. I believe she was intentional walked in the only at-bat of game 2, or game 1, I'm sorry, against Chloe. And that's well outside. Ortiz able to get to that. And the count is 1-1. And this is jammed, and it's Kosa making the play at second on a soft little line out to second. Runner's able to get back in time. That was a good pitch from Chloe as she went up and inside on Vias didn't allow her to really extend on that. And so there's 2 down, and Destiny Perez will come to the plate. Two down. And Perez, who popped into an infield fly, but she will send this one over towards second, gets into the outfield. Here comes the throw home. It is cut off, and don't think would have got there anyway, so it's an RBI single for Perez, and she makes it a 4-0 Centennial lead. Courtesy runner coming in for the pitcher, and it'll be Morelos again. And Amari Villegas will come to the plate. Singled in a run in her first at-bat. See if Morelos is trying to steal second here and put a runner in scoring position. And she does try. Here's the throw from Ortiz. That'll get into the outfield. Runner won't be able to advance, but a stolen base for Morelos. Moves the runner up to second base, and I believe we're 1-0 at the plate. And so another base hit could bring in another run here. And a swing and a late offering from Villegas, 1-1. Mocha in the on-deck circle for the Lady Hawks. They've got a 4-0 lead. Runner on second with 2 outs. Here comes the 1-1. Called strike. And 1-2. And the pitch from Lunar. That's to the backstop, and Ortiz will get to it, but not before the runner advances to third. 2-2. The pitch. That's again off of the catcher's mitt. Ortiz will tag out the runner as she tried to score. And Morelos tried to get in there. And the ricochet was enough for Ortiz able to flip it on to her pitcher and tag her out. And the inning is over. Now before one more run comes across for Centennial, they lead 4-0 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Lady Tigers to bat in the home half. Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Join OFCU for America Saves. April 7th through the 11th. Vehicle purchases or non-OFC refinance vehicles as low as 4.99% APR with no payments for 90 days. Personal loans as low as 7.99% APR. While online at OteroFCU.org. Limited time offer, new purchases or non-OFC refinance loans. All loans are subject to credit approval. Not all will qualify for lowest rate. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Did you know that First National Bank is the only locally owned and operated bank in Otero County? This is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Our associates are the best. Not only do they provide great customer service, but they also serve in various roles with organizations in our community. They help at schools and even raise money for scholarships at NMSUA. Does your out-of-state bank or credit union care about our community like we do? Come see our friendly and knowledgeable associates today.
First National Bank, member FDIC.
Andrea Sanchez leading things off here for the Lady Tigers, and 1-1 the count. As Destiny Perez continues out in the circle for Centennial. Centennial leads 4-0 on the Richardson Motors scoreboard. And a swing and a miss. 1-2 to the Lady Tiger right fielder. Amani Kosum and Maddie Ruiz also due up in the inning as we go back to the top of the order after this. Here comes the 1-2. Outside, it misses. 2-2. Just kind of give you an idea of how kind of late we're running tonight. JV has already finished their 2 games, and we're in the bottom of the third of ours. Now, I think the second game ended up being a mercy row game, but even so, they got done much quicker than we did. Here's the 2-2. And just getting a piece of it. And that one come inside on her, but able to push it up the first base line. We got some other things going on with high school sports over the weekend. Good luck to Alamogordo, Tularosa, and Cloudcroft Powerlifting. They are up in Rio Rancho tomorrow and Saturday. As we await the 2-2 here. Swing and a miss. And strikeout number 3 for Perez. I'll bring up Amani Kosum, who popped out to first base in her first at-bat. And she will go ahead and start on the right-hand batter's box to begin the at-bat. Oh, wait, no. She tricked me. She's going to start on the left-hand side. So she'll get a first look here and see if she can make something happen. Showing bunt, brings it back, and then brings the bunt back again. Pitch is going to miss high and outside. 1-0. We've got more baseball this weekend, with Tularosa on Saturday hosting Hatch Valley for a doubleheader. That's at 12-2. And Mescalero Apaches at home against Hojo Academy, 12-2 as well on Saturday. This is a pop-up on the infield that is going to be snagged by Perez just to the left of the pitching circle. There's 2 down. And it brings up Madison Ruiz, who's one of 2 Lady Tigers that has been on base here in game number 2. One of 2 walks that Destiny Perez has given up. As the lefty will show bunt, bring it back, but that'll be a called strike. And the count's 0-1. We've also got tennis this weekend. Alamogordo's in Las Cruces for a tournament on Friday and Saturday. Track and field, Capitan's hosting a meet. Mescalero Apache and Cloudcroft are going to be there. Tule's off this weekend. Almo's in Las Cruces for the Las Cruces High School meet. That will miss inside. 1-1 to Ruiz. And Tule softball is actually playing tomorrow. They've got West Las Vegas and Robertson up in Las Vegas. As the 1-1's on the way. And a ground ball foul. And the count is 1-2. Yeah, unfortunately, there's not a lot of confidence at the plate tonight for the Lady Tigers. Just haven't been able to really get any momentum going on that side of things. And like I said, got to give a lot of credit to Perez. I mean, she's been very difficult to figure out. And here's one that is hit hard, and that'll deflect into the outfield. I'm going to give Maddie a single on that. That was hard hit right at the third baseman who was playing in, expecting a possible bunt, and that deflected off of her and into the outfield. If she's playing at a normal position, I think that one probably gets into the outfield. So I'm going to give Maddie the single. And Chloe Lunar going to step in, and this game's not out of reach. A couple of hits here, and if you can grab a run or 2, you can easily get right back into this. And that's going to miss outside. So it looks like Alamogordo's entered a DH now because Bautista's in the on-decks. Or no, that's Rodriguez. So I'll have to check here in a second. Bautista hits 5th, so I thought for a second that was we were that far in the lineup. The 1-0. Fouled off and off the netting. Every time it clambers off of the netting, a huge plume of dust comes off of it. I'm sure with the amount of, being on a field here with a lot of dust for one, but with the amount of dust that's been blowing around here recently, everything's just coated in it. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Chloe did strike out her first time up. And Perez trying to finish her third shutout inning here as she fouls this one off. And 7 of them in the first game, so I guess this would technically be her 10th. The Lady Tigers did manage just 1 run on Monday as well. Here comes the 1-2. That's going to stay low. And the count will be 2-2. Not an easy pitch to lay off of there on 2 strikes, that's for sure. But Chloe stays alive here in the at-bat. Two and 2. Just gets a piece of it. Taking some big swings at these pitches, but not getting clean contact yet. Yeah, we'll keep it 2-2. I will say one thing: the Alamogordo fans the ones that have stuck around, have really been getting behind this team and trying to support them. 2-2. That will just miss. Stays low. And Chloe's worked herself to a full count. 3-2. It'll be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. 4-0 Centennial, bottom of the 3rd. Perez leans down, gets into her motion, and this is hit hard to right field, I'm sorry. That's out of here. The Lady Tigers are right back in this game with a 2-run home run from Chloe Lunar, and hopefully that can build some confidence here for the Lady Tigers. They needed that very badly, just to see something that positive. As she does a little dance when she gets to home plate. I know there's a name for that, but... And her dad came over and gave her a good pat on the... I'm going to say it's a pat on the head, but it was a little rougher than that. And so, stepping into the box here is Alexis Rodriguez, and see if she can make something continue to happen here for the Lady Tigers. But yeah, just from a confidence standpoint, to see something good happen there, maybe this sparks the lineup for the Lady Tigers. And that'll get in there for a strike. 0-1. And so it is Parker Wade that will hit in that 5 spot. Called strike. On the outside corner to Rodriguez, 0-2. Perez gets into the motion and the pitch. And this is hit to the left side of the infield. Betancourt stabs it nicely with the backhand, tosses on to first and gets the out. And the inning is over. But not before a 2-run home run from Chloe Lunar. And we've got a whole new ball game here. It's Centennial 4, Alamogordo 2. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Join OFCU for America Saves. April 7th through the 11th. Vehicle purchases or non-OFC refinance vehicles as low as 4.99% APR with no payments for 90 days. Personal loans as low as 7.99% APR. While online at OteroFCU.org. Limited time offer, new purchases or non-OFC refinance loans. All loans are subject to credit approval. Not all will qualify for lowest rate. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. 4-2, Centennial in front. We're in the top of the fourth inning, and this one sent out to right center field. That is going to be at least one. It's going to be two, it looks like. Yes, it is, as a leadoff double for Amaris Villegas. And Centennial looking to answer right back after giving up their first runs of the day in the bottom of the third inning here of game two. So to bring up Addie Mocha, struck out her first time up, and she'll shoot this foul and out of play. 0-1 the count. The pitch. And a ground ball to second. Easy play for Kosum. Toss on to first. Does move the runner to third, and Wade threw over to third and almost got over the head of Rodriguez, but she did get to it. And to the plate now is Kayana Garcia, who has been a tough out today. Swings and misses the first one. 0-1. Brooklyn Milam also due up this inning, but Lady Tigers would love a shutdown inning here and not let Centennial regain any of their lead. This is going to flip to the backstop off the glove, and there's going to be no play at home plate, and so the run scores. So it'll be 5-2, and 1-1 the count now. So the double and the ground out put the runner on third, and then the somewhere in between a wild pitch and a pass ball there, as this is fouled off and back to the screen, 1-2. Because I wouldn't say it was too high for Ice to get to, but, you know, kind of somewhere in that mid-range there. I wasn't not sure who you'd give that one to. But at the end of the day, it's a run in. That's all that really matters. Could not spot that outside corner on the off-speed pitch. Everybody on the Alamogordo side thought that should have been a called third strike, but didn't get it. Two. And that one is fouled off and also took a deflection off the home plate umpire. He's going to take a second to readjust his equipment. And I'm always amazed these people who put their GoPros right on the netting. Check swing. Oh, they're going to say she goes. She did. So they say Garcia went around, and that'll be a strikeout. Check the umpire over at the first base side, and he said yes. 2 down, and Brooklyn Milam will come to the plate. Top of the fourth inning, and Centennial's lead is 5-2. This is out to right field, and Sanchez makes the play. Kind of got herself twisted around there, but she was able to gather and make the grab. Moved her right, moved her left, kind of moved back both ways a couple of times, but she makes the grab, and the inning is over. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Alamogordo trailing 5-2. Can they carry over that momentum of the home run from Chloe Lunar and get the bats going here in the bottom half? Yeah, we'll find out next. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Did you know that First National Bank is the only locally owned and operated bank in Otero County? This is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Our associates are the best. Not only do they provide great customer service, but they also serve in various roles with organizations in our community. They help at schools and even raise money for scholarships at NMSUA. Does your out-of-state bank or credit union care about our community like we do? Come see our friendly and knowledgeable associates today.
First National Bank, member FDIC.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. 1-0 the count here to Parker Wade. And she'll watch that one miss low, and it's 2-0 now. Wade came in the third inning and replaced Alyssa Bautista. And so Wade ready to go. And the pitch from Perez. And watch that one in there for a strike, 2-1. Wade hitting from the left-hand side. 2-1 pitch. It's in there for a strike, 2-2. Had a chance to chat with Parker during swim season. She was one of our athletes of the week, and fun interview there. And a swing and a miss from Wade, and she's down on strikes. Might have been one of her first varsity at-bats there, if I were to think of it. So always a fun experience for that. You know, somebody that's stuck with the team. I think she's a senior this year, and so, I mean, stuck with playing varsity or JV over the last few years and, you know, gets a chance at varsity this year. You like to see that. So it'll be Haley Evans now to the plates. Playing a shortstop here in game two, and I'll watch that first pitch miss high, 1-0. Ortiz, the other hitter, due up this inning. And the pitch. Check swing. She go around? She did. So the count evens up at 1-1. (5-2) Centennial in front on the Richardson Motors scoreboard if you're just joining us. Game two of our doubleheader. Centennial. The score maybe not quite of indicative of what the game was. This is out to left center field and a base hit for Evans. She should get two. She rounds first, and she's there standing up. And the Lady Tigers finally getting the bats going here. A single and a home run in the last inning, and there's a double for Alamogordo. And again, Coach Lunar happy for his hitter there. As got some of the equipment that Lunard had and gave her a big high five. And so it'll be Ortiz. As that'll miss low. And so the count is 1-0. Chamberlain in the on-deck circle here for the Lady Tigers. Here's the wind of the pitch. And that'll hit on the outside corner for a strike. And the count evens up here at 1-1. Lady Tigers trying to answer back after giving one run away in the top half of the fourth inning. And we'll see if they can maybe get this back down to a two-run game. Here's the pitch. And that'll miss. And the count goes to 2-1. As Ice, actually she picked up a walk in her last at-bat, so she has got an opportunity to get it going. The 2-1. And that's going to be a little bit low. And the count is 3-1. One out and a runner on second. The pitch. That's a called strike. Hits the outer half of the plate. See a little twitch there from Ice. I think she wanted to go around, but held up. And now 3-2. One out runner on second. Lady Tigers haven't had a whole lot of runners in scoring position between either of these two games. And want to take advantage of the opportunity here. Fouled off. Keeps the at-bat alive, does Ice. And back into the box here is Ortiz. Evans at second for the Lady Tigers, the 3-2. And it's low and away, and she draws her second walk of the game. So it'll be first and second now with one out. And Addison Chamberlain with a big opportunity here for the Lady Tigers with runners on first and second and one down in the bottom of the fourth inning. One of those turning points in the game. Lady Tigers trying to make something happen. Centennial hoping to get out of the jam. They haven't had too many of these today. I think this is only the second time between the two games Lady Tigers have had two runners on at the same time. Had second and third in the second inning in game one, and that was it. And first and second here. Showing bunt, brings it back, and that hitter and she is gone down now. That's going to be an interesting discussion there because she was showing bunt, but I thought she was in the process of bringing it back when she was hit. But yeah, that's going to be a tough call. And she is still on all fours at the moment, and looks like her right wrist. And they're going to give her first base. And, of course, the Centennial coach is going to disagree on that and feel like that she had the bat out, and that's why she was hit. Like I said, I thought she had brought it back. That's one of those kind of intricate rules there. It's going to load the bases. Addie's going to stay in the game. And it wasn't too much of a discussion. Certainly wasn't I would say, an angry discussion. But That's a tough one, mainly because, she is out there to offer at it. And I think we're going to see a change here. Are they going to bring Alyssa back in? No, it's number 19 for the Lady Tigers. And it will be Elise Ramon that's going to come on. So a pinch hitter for the Lady Tigers with the bases loaded and 1 out. And Ramon with a big opportunity here. So Elise comes on here for the Lady Tigers. I would argue to say, or venture to say, this is probably her first varsity at bat, and what a big opportunity here. She's showing bunt right away. And the pitch is going to miss low. So double started things off, a walk and then a hit by pitch, and now we're going to see a visit from the Centennial bench as they're going to try to talk things over and settle down here with 1 out. And for the first time tonight, the Lady Tigers really looking like they can have a chance to win this game. The first game, it just never felt like they were in it. And now, a base hit here, and at minimum, it's a 2-run game. It could be a 1-run game. She's showing bunts again. I'd be surprised if she tries to lay one down, but the 1-0 brings it back, and it's in there for a strike, 1-1. So might be doing that until she works to a 2-strike count and then make a decision there, I suppose. We'll see if she shows bunt again. Yeah, keeping the bat on her shoulder right now. So, and swings and misses. A little bit of a late offering there. 1-2. I'd say one of the big things here, obviously, is not hitting into a double play, because you got Kosum in the on-deck circle, who certainly has a dangerous bat. The 1-2. And check swing holds up. Misses high and inside. And the count evens up at 2-2. Game 2 of our doubleheader as we work late into the night here. It's almost 9:30. Usually softball goes a little bit faster than this, but that's sometimes how it goes. 2-2. Swings and misses. That's a big strikeout there from Perez. So now Centennial can just focus on the person at the plate here now. And the question is, can Amani Kosum come up with a big base hit for the Lady Tigers? She's popped out twice, once to first base, the other time to the pitcher. And up the middle, base hits. 1 run will score. They will send the second runner around. She will score. And the Lady Tigers have made it a 1-run game. Amani Kosum, a 2 RBI single. And all of a sudden, the Lady Tiger bats have found their life. And they've got runners on the corners. You know for sure that Kosum's going to be trying to move things along here. And Madison Ruiz will come to the plate. She got things going with a single in the third inning. And Lunar followed up with a home run. Shows bunt, brings it back. Kosum is going to get back to first. I think so. She did. And the run scores, and we've got a tie ball game. So they tried to get the runner on the base paths, and coming in and scoring is Chamberlain. And the Lady Tigers have fought back, down 4-0 going into the bottom of the third. 2 runs there, 3 runs here after giving them a run in the top half, and we're tied up at 5. 0-1. So it's 0-1 to Ruiz. Well, I think Amani Kosa maybe is a little banged up after sliding into first base. So she's trying to walk things out a little bit, and Coach Ronnie Reyes wants time. Charlene Reyes out there as well now talking to their leadoff hitter, and Devin Brown as well, the athletic trainer for the Alamogordo Public Schools. Him and David Maldonado are the ATs. And they're still kind of letting her settle things down. I think we're ready to go now. Yeah, not sure. I mean, when she slid in, Vias was there. I don't know if she caught the bag or she hit the ground hard when she slid in, or she hit Vias's leg, or I mean, it could have been a lot of different things there. All right, ready to go now. Ruiz, 2 outs, 0-1 the count with the runner on first. Kosum going to go, and she moves up to second on the steal. There's probably a little bit of strategy there from Coach Ronnie Reyes. Give her a chance to gather herself, and because he wants her to steal. So 1-1 the count. Ruiz will foul this one off and out of play. 1-2. Now up until the bottom of the third inning, the Lady Tigers bats were hibernating. They were dormant. There really just wasn't anything going for them. And Ruiz got a single. Lunar hit a home run. And then, I don't know, the confidence just changed for this group. And here is a softly hit ground ball up the first base line. And a little flip on to first is in time by Perez. And the inning is over. But not before Lady Tigers plate 3. A 2 RBI single from Amani Kosum. And I remember how the first run came across the Lady Tigers now. It was on... I'll have to think about that one for a second. I'll do it during the break. We'll come back. More here from Grady Fields. It's a 5-5 game going to the top of the 5th inning. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. as we go to the top of the 5th inning. And it looks like they've brought Alyssa Bautista back into the game for the Lady Tigers. And I don't know if that's Andrea Sanchez back out there in right field. It is. So Sanchez is back in the game as well. 5-5 your ball game as we're in the top of the 5th inning. And Chloe Lunar pitching for the Lady Tigers. She's been solid. And a ground ball that is going to be foul. And Stevie Jimenez, the leadoff hitter for the Lady Hawks, to get this inning started. She has singled and struck out in her 2 at-bats. 1-1 the count to her. Ground ball to second. Kosum. Clean grab there. Toss it on to first. And there's 1 down. And you just feel the momentum, the confidence all together just changing for the Lady Tigers now. Obviously, they've got a lot of work to do to try to get a win here, but just kind of has a different energy among the team now that they've finally gotten things going. And Kendra Martinez, who has singled and put down a sacrifice bunt. And she'll watch the first pitch miss. 1-0. Benar ready to go. Here's the pitch. And this is opposite field and a base hit into left. Second hit of the day for Martinez. And she looks to get her team back in front here in a 5-5 ball game. 3 in the first for Centennial. They led that way. In fact, went up 4-0 going to the bottom of the 3rd. Then Chloe Lunar with that 2-run homer put some energy into the Lady Tigers. Centennial did plate 1 in the top half, but Amani Kosum's 2 RBI single scored 1 run, or scored a pair of runs, and then she kind of helped score the 3rd run with a double steal. And here's a ground ball that is going to sneak through, and a diving grab by Kosum. She's not going to be able to get it there in time, and boy, Kosum's a little worse for wear again. She dove back into first base earlier, and that was a heck of an effort there for Kosum to even get to that. That was almost behind the bag there, and Amani has got her hands on her knees right now trying to, she's got the wind knocked out of her or just needing an extra second to adjust her sock on her right knee and continuing to walk it out. We talked to Amani earlier this week. We're going to air it tomorrow morning, so might as well tell you she's our athlete of the week for this week. And she's definitely toughened through, I think, some hurt. I mean, it's one of those things that, you watch these athletes go out here and, slide into first or dive for balls, and stuff hurts, man. It's one of those things that just, when's the last time you fell down? You're purposely diving into the ground on those things. And yes, they're young, but it still doesn't feel good. So, by the way, Betancourt got the infield single on that. And so it's first and second. And Amanda Valles, who's been relatively quiet in this game, a walk and a line out. And she check swings on the first offering. 1-0. But she's one of those players that can completely change the face of this game with one swing of the bat. The 1-0. Outside again. And Lady Tigers are most definitely treating her like that. Problem is as well, Destiny Perez, who's in the on-deck circle, she's a dangerous hitter as well, so it just doesn't get any easier in this part of the lineup. Villegas, who hits after her, has got 2 hits today, and this will deflect off the glove of Ortiz. The backstop pitch was high. And they'll probably just let Valles take her base, I would imagine. Yeah. So, intentional walk now as they'll send Valles to first. You might as well give yourself a force at any base. Well, Lady Tigers would have loved to have a shutdown inning here now. You're just hoping to not have a big number up there, and you do have one out, so double plays in order. You got the infield in. And so Perez will take a swing at this one, but send it foul. She popped into an infield flyer first at bat and then singled in a run her last time up. Her courtesy runner was tagged out at the plate, Morelos, at the end of the third inning. That was a big play. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Would be a superb time for a strikeout if you were the Lady Tigers. The 0-2. And just getting a piece of it, but sending it out of play foul. Perez felt like she was kind of falling back in her stance when she was getting to that, but she keeps the at-bat alive. That's all that really matters. Keeps the count 0-2. One down and the bases loaded. A 5-5 ball game in the top of the fifth inning in game 2 of our doubleheader. The 0-2. Swing and a miss and struck her out. Big strikeout from Chloe Lunar. 2 down. That allows the Alamogordo infield to drop back a little bit, not have to play as close. It lessens the holes there. And again, you've got bases loaded and a force at any base. But Amaris Villegas has already got 2 hits today, a double and a single and an RBI. Outside, and Ortiz got to her right quickly enough to not let that get to the backstop. 1-0. Just like it was in the last inning, it was a big moment. This one is here too. The 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Valles at first, Betancourt at second, Martinez at third for the Lady Hawks. 2 outs, and their number 6 hitter, Villegas, at the plate. Already 2 for 2 today. The 1-1. And she hits it out to right field. That is up against the wall. 1 run already home. 2 runs will score. Valles will head home and score. And just like that, a bases clearing double by Amaris Villegas. And it's 8-5 Centennial. Absolutely tattooed to the wall, and she really missed a home run by maybe, she was probably 2/3 up the length of the wall in right field. Did not miss it by much. Now, a heck of an answer there by the Lady Hawks after the Lady Tigers got the 3 runs and tied up the game in the bottom half of the inning, or the bottom half of the 4th inning. And Addie Mocha is going to send this foul and out of play up the first base side. Mocha 0 for 2. Ground out and a strikeout, but a base hit here, and she can put her team back up by 4 runs, which is where they were just a little while ago. And high in the air, this will be in play. And trying to make the grab in foul territory, but unable to do so was Sanchez. She made a good effort at it in the corner, but so it'll be 0-2 to Mocha. And again, was well hit. That really was close to getting to the fence there out in right field, out of the park. Seen a lot of really well hit balls to opposite field by right-hand hitters today. The 0-2. And a ground ball. That's through for a base hit. And they'll send the runner home. Here comes the throw in. It's going to be cut off. Well, actually it wasn't. It rolled to the catcher. And so Mocha comes away with the double and the RBI. And it was 4-0 when we went to the bottom of the 3rd inning, and that's when the Lady Tigers got it going offensively. And Centennial has got all that back here in the top half of the 5th after seeing their lead slip away. 9-5. That is ripped and over towards the Alamogordo dugout. 0-1 for Kayana Garcia, who has struck out twice in this game after a 4-hit game, I believe, in game number 1. 5-hit game, I'm sorry. Which also included a home run. Lunar will bounce this back to the catcher on the 0-1, and it's 1-1. That's what's tough about this Centennial lineup. As far as I can tell, there's really not a weakness. The 1-1. That's going to deflect to the backstop on a high pitch and allows the runner to advance to third. 2-1 now. There comes the pitch. And a ground ball right back to the pitcher. Lunar toss on to Batista at first. The inning is over, but not before the damage is done. Centennial comes away with 4 hits in the inning, 4 runs in. They leave 1 on, and they have retaken the lead. It's 9-5 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Lady Tigers going to try to keep their bats going as we go to the bottom of the 5th. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Join OFCU for America Saves. April 7th through the 11th. Vehicle purchases or non-OFC refinance vehicles as low as 4.99% APR with no payments for 90 days. Personal loans as low as 7.99% APR. While online at OteroFCU.org. Limited time offer, new purchases or non-OFC refinance loans. All loans are subject to credit approval. Not all will qualify for lowest rate. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Did you know that First National Bank is the only locally owned and operated bank in Otero County? This is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Our associates are the best. Not only do they provide great customer service, but they also serve in various roles with organizations in our community. They help at schools and even raise money for scholarships at NMSUA. Does your out-of-state bank or credit union care about our community like we do? Come see our friendly and knowledgeable associates today.
First National Bank, member FDIC.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. As the Lady Tigers trail 9-5. Chloe Lunar is behind the count 0-2, is taking a couple pitches called for strikes. Destiny Perez continues pitching. Check swing. And home plate umpire says she went around. And there's one down. So it'll be Alexis Rodriguez to the plate, and Alyssa Bautista has come back into the game, so she is in the number 5 spot. Rodriguez 0 for 2, ground out and a pop out. And that one looks like it slipped out of Perez's hand a little bit there, and it pops to the backstop, 1-0. A little bit of a wait here. Getting the pitch into Perez. Now she's ready to go. The 1-0. Called strike. And the count evens up at 1-1. One down, bases empty, bottom of 5. Centennial with 3 runs in the first, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 4 in the fifth. Lady Tigers with 2 in the third and 3 in the fifth, or fourth, I should say. High misses, 2-1. And Perez ready to go. Here comes the pitch. And just getting a piece of it. Heads over to third. Garcia is going to toss it on to first. And there's 2 down. Like that should have gone a little bit farther from the sound it made off the bat, but it just, I don't think there's a lot of momentum on the swing, so it just kind of hit the bat and leaked over to third base. And so Alyssa Bautista, who struck out in her only at-bat, she was taken out of the game for the next at-bat in her spot, and Bautista is going to send this foul up the first base line, 0-1. And Parker Wade came in, and she struck out in her only at-bat. Neal 1. Pitch misses at the letters, 1-1 to Bautista. Evans in the on-deck circle. She was a big part of that fourth inning rally for the Lady Tigers. Started it off with a double. 1-1. And the off-speed pitch is going to miss, I think, inside. 2-1. The catcher, Martinez, held that a little bit longer before she threw it back to her pitcher. Always one of my favorite quirks of softball and baseball. Hoping the umpire changes the call there. Or maybe to just kind of make a point of, hey, I thought that was a strike. Low in the dirt, 3-1. Now to the left-handed hitting Bautista. A lot of noise coming from the Alamogordo dugout trying to fire up Bautista here. 3-1. That's going to be a walk, so we have seen Perez dole out a few walks in this game. That is, I think, the 4th bases on balls that she's given up. And so Haley Evans, who doubled her last time, eventually came around and scored. Gets another opportunity here with a runner on and 2 down. And maybe with 2 outs here, the Lady Tigers can make something happen. We're able to do it in the 3rd inning. As Perez sends it to the plate, and it was pretty well hit, but foul at the third base line. And the count is 0-1. A lot at stake here. Lady Tigers, they would only be 1 game back of Centennial in the district if they can win this game. Instead of 3 games back, there'd be a huge, huge difference between that sweep and at least getting 1 out of the 3-game series. As it misses at the letters, 1-1. And on top of that, you may find yourself 3 games behind Mayfield and Oregon Mountain, who both each had a win coming out of the games on Monday. And you still have games against them, but instead of, hey, take 2 out of 3 and that's a good weekend, you need all 3. As that misses low, 2-1. So Lady Tigers have already rallied once from behind 4 runs in this game. Can they do it again? I will say that zaps the energy out of you when you fight all the way back and then all of a sudden you're back at square one. That's a called strike. It's 2-2. And the crowd and Coach Reyes did not agree with that. Felt like that was below the knees. I don't know if the warnings from the first game carry over to the second game or not. Home plate umpire had given warnings to both benches in the first game because of discontent towards some calls. Fouled off here by Evans up the third base line, and they'll stay 2-2. Two outs, runner on first. Bautista on this inning with a walk. Evans trying to follow up her double in the third inning, or the fourth inning, I should say. There's something here. And this is fouled off again, this time the opposite direction, up the first base side. And it stays 2-2. And the pitch from Perez. And that is going to be a fair ball that went off of the glove of the third baseman. Nowhere to go for Bautista to move forward to third on that play, but it'll be a base hit for Evans. And she keeps the inning alive and has 2 runners on here. And Iceland Ortiz, who has walked twice, comes to the plate. She's been able to draw out some at-bats here. Both of those went to full counts. She can come away with a hit here. And just trying to regain some of that momentum. Even if you don't get all the runs back, you can get 1. Showing bunt. I wonder if they're going to try a double steal here. No, they do not. Pitch misses low, and it's 1-0. I don't think that they would try that here, but and the infield is back a little bit. Ice is a good bunter, so she can get on with the bunt and load the bases. She's showing bunt at the moment, brings it back, and then tried to lay down the bunt after that, and it came up empty, 1-1. So Ortiz steps back in. Here's the pitch. And this is hit to the right side. That is through for a base hit. This should score the run. Bautista rounds first. Here comes the throw. It'll be cut off. And the runner advances to third. And Iceland Ortiz with the RBI single. And with 2 outs, the Lady Tigers get some work done here and still have runners on the corners. With 2 outs, it's 9-6. Good day at the plate here for Iceland Ortiz. 2 walks and a single and a run scored and an RBI. And that'll be Addison Chamberlain. She was hit by a pitch trying to bunt. Got to think Ortiz is going to try to get to second here. Brings it back. Well, that'll be a ball. 1-0 at the plate. And so maybe not going to try that here with 2 outs. I don't know. Lady Tigers did get a run scored earlier on that double steal, but maybe not as confident as they were with Kosum in that spot as with Ortiz out there right now. That misses high, and it's 2-0 now. Chamberlain and then Sanchez is in the on-deck circle. Those 2 outs early and then a walk and 2 singles with the 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Now the number 8 hitter at the plate looking for another base hit. And that's going to be a called strike. That was that was just barely right at the knees there, 2-1. You can really hear the Lady Tigers dugout trying to fire up Chamberlain. And I'm sure some of it is also maybe trying to distract the pitcher. 2-1. And the runner does go. They will throw out towards second, but they're just going to go ahead and take the runner at second instead of trying to send in Evans. And so puts 2 runners in scoring position here, and a base hit could very well make this a 1-run game again. And just getting a piece of it is Chamberlain, and it'll be 3-2. Been kind of a rough and tumble game for everybody. Chamberlain took one off the arm trying to bunt. Monty Kosum's been, whether trying to slide in on the first base or diving to make a play, and Centennial's had a few players as well. 3-2. And this one softly to the right side. Valles should have this easily. And so the Lady Tigers unable to bring in those 2 more runs in scoring position, but they do get 1 back here. And we are through 5 complete on the Rich Motor scoreboard. It's Centennial 9, Alamogordo 6. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
The Winner Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
Join OFCU for America Saves. April 7th through the 11th. Vehicle purchases or non-OFC refinance vehicles as low as 4.99% APR with no payments for 90 days. Personal loans as low as 7.99% APR. Apply online at oterofcu.org. Limited time offer. New purchases or non-OFC refinance loans. All loans are subject to credit approval. Not all will qualify for lowest rate. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Top of the sixth inning, Centennial 9, Alamogordo 6 on the Richardson Motors scoreboard. As Chloe Lunar continues in the circle for Alamogordo. And that pitch will miss high. Leadoff hitter for Centennial's the number 9 hitter, Brooklyn Milam. And so 1-0 the count. Definitely has not been a pitcher's duel in this game. Both teams have gotten their bats alive. Centennial had them going in the first game too, but and 2-0 misses, and Coach Ronnie Ray is going to go out and talk to Chloe. Oh, she kind of tweaked something there. Yeah, she's kind of pointing to her right arm. That's not her throwing arm. That seems like something happened there that, well, I guess she's okay. Maybe it was just, 2-0 at this point. Wouldn't imagine that's when Coach Reyes would go out and talk to his infield. That takes his one time out there. So obviously there was something that didn't feel right there for Chloe, but she's going to stay in the game. Obviously, you're doing a lot of twisting and stuff through your motion. So you're, as much as, even though it's your off arm, it's all, one motion that kind of makes it work for you. She misses on the 2-0, 3-0. And again misses. So it's 4-pitch walk. Always done a better job in this game and not giving up walks as she did in the first game, but base runner right away here for Centennial. And so Stevie Jimenez will come to the plate, and first pitch a called strike, 1-0, or 0-1, I'm sorry. Lenar ready to go. And here's the pitch, and trying to go with the off speed there. One as it misses. Jimenez 1 for 3 today. Strikeout, ground out, and a single. That came back in the first inning. And a swing and a miss there, 1-2. She also scored a run back in the first. As here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and struck her out. Second time that she has struck out Jimenez. And there's one down. And I'll bring up Kendra Martinez, who is 2 for 2. Sacrifice bunt and 2 singles. And the pitch from Lunar. That's in there for a strike. Check swing by Martinez, but umpire calls it anyway. The 0-1. That's well outside, and that'll go off the catcher's mitt to the backstop, and it'll allow the runner to advance to second. Counts even out 1-1. 1 out, top of 6. And something wrong with Brooklyn Milam there. As I don't know if she just rolled her ankle as she was advancing to second. Wasn't anything that she didn't have to slide in or anything. So I'm guessing maybe when she stepped on the bag or while she was running, just something didn't feel quite right. The way she's rolling her left ankle and kind of stretching it out makes me think that maybe when she stepped on the bag and she got to second, she rolled it. We've all done that. It's exceptionally painful. All right, looks like we're ready to go now. 9-6 your score. And we're in the top of the 6th inning of Game 2 of our doubleheader and waiting on an off-speed pitch and shooting it to the outfield. They are going to send the runner home. She will score. And Ortiz will grab it. Runner will be at first. It's a RBI single for Martinez. She'll likely get a courtesy runner here. No, maybe not. Okay. So it'll be Betancourt to the plate. Single and a run scored, hit by pitch and a run scored, and a ground out in her 3 attempts. And took a big swing and a miss on one that was low and outside. She made her mind up. She was swinging at that pitch regardless of where it was there. (10-6) Centennial now as that run scored. The 0-1. And that's going to miss high and inside. 1-1. And she reaches out and makes contact this time, but sends it way foul. 1-2 up the first base side. It goes out of play. And Betancourt back in. Lenar's definitely grinded in this game. And a chopper back to the pitcher, but Chloe misplays it. And it'll roll away from her, and it'll be an E1, and it'll put 2 runners on here for Baez. So that's certainly could be a costly mistake. We'll see. As Chloe went to grab that with her glove in her hand at the same time, and something happened there where it just squirted the ball back out, and I think she might have also been sort of looking to see if she was going to try to go to second and try a double play there, but that certainly could have been it of maybe just taking her eye off it a little bit. As that will hop right up to Ortiz. She didn't know exactly where it went, and that allows the runners to advance to second and third. And Centennial chance to really extend their lead here, up by 4 now. And it's going to be 3 more here as Baez crushes that to right field, and it's a 3-run home run. She hit 2 home runs in the first game, and that was one that was no doubter. Didn't even need to move for anybody out there, and Centennial has taken a 7-run lead, 13-6 now. 1 out, and Destiny Perez will come to the plate. RBI single for her. Strikeout and also a pop out into an infield fly. Yeah, this lineup for Centennial is brutal. A lot of really, really good hitters in this lineup, and The Lady Tigers probably should have had a second out there, but Vias is swinging. There's still a chance there. There's a ground out to second as Kosum will toss on to first. Actually, no, that's Haley. So Amani's moved to short. So they moved Haley to second and Amani to short. Just picked that up a second ago. Sorry, y'all. So Evans makes the play. Two down, and Amaris Villegas to the plate, and first pitch is in there for a strike. So 4 runs in each of the last 2 innings here for Centennial. And they have got their biggest lead of the game at 7, as that'll go to the backstop, 1-1. Here's the pitch. And that's in there for a called strike, 1-2. Love the reaction of some of the Alamogordo fans. I think they've been waiting to get that call on that drop pitch from Chloe. They haven't gotten that call a lot tonight. The 1-2. Low and away, and 2-2. I should look and see. I think Centennial does post their stats on Max Preps and see how many home runs Vias has this year, because, my goodness. Ground ball to second, and Evans. And she's a little banged up after that, as she kind of got her body twisted up as she looked to get to it. And looks like she's okay. So Haley went down to get to it, and she put her left glove, or the glove hand down to the ground, and I think she might have rolled her ankle when she had sort of went down to the ground to get it. It was sharply hit by Villegas. And so Haley running it out now. Had a lot of that tonight for Alamogordo especially. We just had, and Centennial's had a couple of hit by pitches that have, they've had to shake off too, and it's been that kind of night. Yeah, looks like she's okay. I know she was out of some games earlier in the season. I don't know if that was an ankle issue previously, or looks like she's okay. She's going to stay in the game. And Addie Mochub will come to the plate. Doubled in a run her last time up. Now, definitely a late night for everybody. We're past 10 o'clock now. Like I said, kind of unusual for softball. Baseball, I've definitely done doubleheaders that have gone to 11 o'clock before, so that'll miss a little bit high. 1-0 to Mocha. As here comes the pitch. And this is right to center field, and a nice snag out there in center by Ruiz. And the inning is over, but not before Centennial gets a big 3-run home run from Amanda Vias. 3rd home run in the doubleheader for her. And it is 13-6, Centennial in front. Bottom of the 6th coming up next for the Lady Tigers. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard, or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Did you know that First National Bank is the only locally owned and operated bank in Otero County? This is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Our associates are the best. Not only do they provide great customer service, but they also serve in various roles with organizations in our community. They help at schools and even raise money for scholarships at NMSUA. Does your out-of-state bank or credit union care about our community like we do? Come see our friendly and knowledgeable associates today.
First National Bank, member FDIC.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019, and a ground out to begin the inning for the Lady Tigers. And I believe that was Lola Carbajal that had come into the game there for the Lady Tigers. In fact, it was. So she grounds out to the pitcher, and there's one down. By the way, I was just looking at the stats of Amanda Valles. After the last game, she had 12 home runs in the season and was up to 28 RBIs. So you throw in another home run, makes it 13. And 3 more RBIs. Here is a bunt attempt to third, and that's going to be off the mark. Kosum's going to try to move up to second on the play. She will. She's going to actually try to move up to third. Here comes the throw in. She will be there in time. And so Amani Kosum has not given up on this game at all. She's up to third. We've seen her do that a couple of times over the years. And the throw by Garcia was off the mark. Give Amani the single, and then the E5 moves her over to third. And so Maddie Ruiz to the plate. Single and a run scored, a ground out, and a walk. And I'm sure they'll be looking at a possible bunt here from Ruiz as well. And she'll watch that miss high and outside. 1-0 the count. Lady Tigers down by 7 here in the bottom of the 6th inning on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. So, by the way, Valles 31 RBIs in the season now. Here's a ground ball to the right side. This will score the run. And Jimenez will just take the safe out at first. And the Lady Tigers make it 13-7. So an RBI ground out for Ruiz. 2 down. And Chloe Lunar to the plate. 1 for 3. The home run back in the 3rd inning. And here comes the pitch. That's going to miss in a middle. 1-0. Now Centennial has only 1 inning not scored a run, but the Lady Tigers, just the first 2 innings, they've scored at least a run. And this is punched out to left field. That is a base hit up the line. Lunar going to hustle her way around to second. She'll slide in safely. And she picks up her 2nd extra base hit of the game. This time it's a double. And the Lady Tigers put a runner back in scoring position here with Alexis Rodriguez coming to the plate. Looking for her first hit of the day. A couple of ground outs and a pop out. As Rodriguez settles into the box. Just remind you, your next Tiger Sports broadcast will be right back here on Monday as Alamogordo takes on Oregon Mountain. Here's the pitch. Now miss high. 1-0 to Rodriguez. If you're Alamo, you just can't give up on this game. You got to keep fighting, and they seem to be doing that. And again, high, it misses from Perez. 2-0. And right at the belt. Call the strike, 2-1. Single from Kosum this inning. Ground out scored her. And Lunar with a double. Yeah, if anything, the Lady Tigers at least got the bats going here in game number 2. Always a chance you're going to see this team again come the postseason as That misses low, 3-1. Got to be interesting to watch the rest of the district season, though, and how it looks against Mayfield and Las Cruces especially. And this one right back up the middle, a base hit. See if they send Lunar. They do. Here comes the throw in, and she is going to get there just before the reach on the tag. And the Lady Tigers make it a 5-run game and keep working here. Double for Rodriguez. And so Alyssa Bautista, if she can do the same thing there and send it back up the middle, she could possibly bring in another run here. And so just, if anything, you're just, turn up the pressure a little bit here in the late innings. And, if you can get this down to a 2 or 3 run ball game going to the bottom of the 7th, anything can happen at that point, it feels like. And you got to think Perez is probably at least a little tired at this point, having pitched almost 2 complete games here. And games that have not been, as that pitch misses low, 1-0. That especially in the second game, we've seen a lot of her having to face a lot of at-bats. 4th time through the lineup here for the Lady Tigers. The 1-0. And that will just kind of pop away from Martinez, but Rodriguez will stay at second base. And Perez winds and deals. And that'll hit the inside corner for a called strike. 2-1. 2 of these 3 runs in the inning, or 1 of these 2 runs coming in with 2 outs. And Lady Tigers have been a pretty good 2-out team here in this second game. As here comes the pitch. And a ground ball right to third. Garcia fields that cleanly. Tosses on to first, and the inning is over. 2 doubles and a single from the Lady Tigers. RBIs for Rodriguez and Ruiz. And the Lady Tigers do leave 1 on. They score 2. They're down by 5, 13-8 as we go to the top of the 7th inning on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9.
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Join OFCU for America Saves. April 7th through the 11th. Vehicle purchases or non-OFC refinance vehicles as low as 4.99% APR with no payments for 90 days. Personal loans as low as 7.99% APR. Apply online at OteroFCU.org. Limited time offer, new purchases or non-OFC refinance loans. All loans are subject to credit approval. Not all will qualify for lowest rate. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9. First pitch from Clothing R went to the backstop. The second one is a swing and a miss from Kayana Garcia, who is 0 for 3 in this game after a 5 for 5 in game number 1. Just hasn't quite had it going here in game 2. And high and inside, that's going to miss. 2-1. The pitch. And fouled off and back to the backstop. 2-2 the count. 13-8 Centennial. We're in the top of the 7th inning of game 2 of our doubleheader. Centennial won game 1 18-0. Mind you, it was a 5-0 game going to the top of the 7th, but 18-0 was the final. And a ground ball. Evans at second. Fields it cleanly. Tosses on to first. And there's one down. Not to say that that game wasn't a huge Centennial win, but it was also one of those that it was much closer through the majority of the game. Brooklyn Milam comes to the plate now. A couple of lineouts and a walk. Scored a run as well. And that's in there for a strike. Actually, this is Jade Morelos. That's in there, number 6. And in there for a strike, 1-1. Here's the wind of the pitch. And that's, I think she went around on that. She did on a pitch that one-hopped. And so Morelos try to reset there. And Lunar look to get a quick second out here. Here comes the 1-2. And that'll miss, maybe high and outside. 2-2. The pitch. And a ground ball, and that will deflect off of Lunar. And no play is going to be able to make to first, and so Milam will get over to first. And they'll bring up Stevie Jimenez, who has struck out twice, grounded out once, and singled back in the first inning. Lunar with a long look at her pitch sheet. Now she's ready to go. And Jimenez will send this foul up the third base line, 0-1. Runner on first and one down. And here's a chopper up the middle. They'll get the force out at second. And so there's 2 down. And Martinez will come to the plate. Fielder's choice, 4-6. And Martinez, who has 3 singles, 3 runs scored, an RBI. Also laid down a sacrifice bunt back in the first inning. Very high and outside there. Ortiz quickly out of her stance to keep that from going to the backstop. 1-0 the count. The pitch. That's in there for a strike. Hits the inside corner. And the count evens up at 1-1. Runner on first and 2 out. A 5-run ball game. Lady Tigers don't want to see that deficit increase any. And that'll hop back to the catcher. 2-1. Leah Betancourt in the on-deck circle. She's been on 3 times and has scored 3 runs in this game. 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2. And so Lunar, a strike away from getting out of this inning, would be one of the few scoreless innings in this game on either side. And the pitch. Fouled off the screen and deflect back into the field of play, and we'll keep it 2-2. Runner on first here with 2 down, and here comes the pitch. And a ground ball foul up the first base line, and we'll do it again. Count remains 2-2. (13 to 8) your score. And the pitch. And this is hit hard to right center field. It is out of here. Home run for Kendra Martinez. And Centennial gathers back those 2 runs that they lost in the home half of the 6th inning. And another home run for Centennial. They have, I think between these 2 games, hit 5 or 6 around the lineup. And it's 15 to 8. And so to bring up Aaliyah Betancourt with the bases empty. As Lunar will check her sheet and send that one in. Betancourt watches that one in for a ball. And the count is 1-0. The pitch. And a foul ball that'll deflect off of the screen. The count is 1-1. Yeah, I don't know if that was the announcer's jinx there saying she was trying to get out of here with no runs scored, but I'd like to think I have that kind of power. I do not. And outside it misses, 2-1. The Centennial Bats have been really impressive in this game. 18 runs in the first game, 15 here in the second. Alamo's at least been able to keep a little bit better pace here in game number 2, but pitch is outside, 3-1. And that'll miss very high. Into the backstop, and it's a walk. And so Amanda Baez back up to the plate after her 3-run home run in the last inning. Yep, and they'll go the intentional walk, which is the right move. And bring up Destiny Perez, who again, I mean, good hitter. So put her up with 2 runners on here. And that'll miss down and in. Perez, an RBI single back in the 3rd, strikeout, ground out, and popped into an intentional fly her other times up. The 1-0. And she'll send this into left field, base hit. And they will keep the runner at 3rd. And bases loaded now for Amaris Villegas, who has 2 singles and 2 doubles and 4 RBIs in this game. We'll see a courtesy runner here for Perez. First time we've seen Leah Miranda. Actually, no, I think she hit in the first game, if I remember right. She did. So, but in for a courtesy runner for the first time. I think it's the first time they've used a courtesy runner with Perez. Or no, they had Morelos for her, I think, in the last game. Anyway. Swing and a miss by Villegas, 0-1. The pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. And Lunar heading the count here 0-2 and trying to not let Centennial hang another big number here. 15 to 8 in the top of the 7th inning. And this is sent foul and out of play. 1-2. And again, I'll say kudos to the Alamo fans who've stuck it out tonight. Centennial's made the trip, so, I mean, their fans really, I mean, I guess they could decide to go back home after one game, but if you're going to make the trip, right? And that'll miss high on the 1-2, make it 2-2. But a pretty long evening. We're, I don't know if we're going to make it quite to 11, but it's going to be close. I think by the time everybody goes home tonight, it'll be 11. Ground ball to Evans at second. She'll toss it on to first. Inning is over. Centennial adds 2 more with another home run. Martinez hits it this time. And the Lady Tigers need 7 to keep this game alive. They have scored some runs in this game, but that's going to be a big mountain to climb. On the Richardson Motor scoreboard, Centennial 15, Alamogordo 8. We'll be right back.
Did you know that First National Bank is the only locally owned and operated bank in Otero County? This is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Our associates are the best. Not only do they provide great customer service, but they also serve in various roles with organizations in our community. They help at schools and even raise money for scholarships at NMSUA. Does your out-of-state bank or credit union care about our community like we do? Come see our friendly and knowledgeable associates today.
First National Bank, member FDIC.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. 0-1 the count here to the leadoff hitter for the Lady Tigers. Haley Evans had a good day. Double single here in game number 2 of the doubleheader. And she'll hit a soft little ground ball to Betancourt at short. She charges on it, throws it first, and there's one down. And not sure what happened with Perez and Betancourt there, but they somehow got tangled up out in the circle. They're okay, but there were some awkward steps happening out there. So glad nobody rolled an ankle or something. Iceland Ortiz had a good game, too. A couple of walks, a run scored, an RBI single as well. As Perez goes into her motion, here's the pitch. And that comes up and hits Ortiz. I've had a few hit-by pitches in this game. I think that's the second one that Alamo's dealt with, and Ortiz was, I think, a little. It's one of those deals that I doesn't think it was intentional or anything. I mean, there's no way that would be for Centennial would do that anyway, but just getting hit, it just makes you mad. I think when you get hit with a softball like that, it's just like, The way she kind of threw the bat away afterwards, so. Looks like Ice is okay. And we're going to have a change here that's not going to be Addison Chamberlain. So let's see. Looks like Chamberlain's going to go back to the dugout. And wait and see who comes out of. It's Madi, Colorado, that is going to come in. Honestly, a little surprised the umpire didn't make her show her number there. It could have been anybody. That's in there for a strike. So Colorado, who did hit in the first game. And we're also going to see Carbajal hit next, I believe. Yeah. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2. Ortiz at first. And the Lady Hawks trying to finish out this game. Up by 7 runs. And Colorado does get a piece of this, sends it to the backstop. And the count remains 0-2. A late night for these student athletes as well. They've got to be in class tomorrow morning. As much as we've talked about being a late night for a lot of other people, but definitely one of the challenges of being a student athlete. As that missed high, 1-2. Centennial also has at least it's not a long road trip back to Las Cruces. As Perez deals. And he'll miss low and outside, and the count is 2-2. Ortiz at first. And the pitch to Colorado. And she again gets a piece of it and keeps her at bat alive. And you got some young players that are getting some chances to swing the bat here tonight for the Lady Tigers. Yes, they're all young, but maybe some players we haven't seen get as many at-bats for Alamogordo. And tonight we've seen kind of a mix out there this evening. And the 2-2's on the way. That's low and away. And the count is 3-2 now. So Colorado will step back in with 1 out and a runner on first. Lady Tigers need a ton in this inning, but hey, don't give up. Keep fighting. As here comes the 3-2. Swing and a miss, and Perez registers another strikeout there. And it will bring Lola Carbajal to the plate. She started the first game, and I think had 1 at-bat, and then, I don't know, I think the other at-bat might have gone to, let's see. Yeah, I think Colorado had the other at-bat there in that number 9 spot. Carbajal will hold up. Counts 1-0 to her. I think we've had 3 different hitters in this spot tonight. Sanchez and I don't remember who the other one that we had. I believe there was another hitter in this 9 spot. We've had a lot of Lady Tigers get some opportunities tonight. That's in there for a called strike, 1-1. And here comes the pitch. Low and in the dirt. And the count is 2-1. So credit to Chloe Lunar. She went the distance in this game. It was certainly not an easy one. And she also came up with a big 2-run home run in the 3rd inning, also a double. As this is going to be popped up and out of play. Amani Kosum finished with a couple of singles, a run scored, and 2 RBIs. Maddie Ruiz, an RBI, a single, a walk tonight. Alexis Rodriguez with an RBI double. Alyssa Bautista, she ended up with a ground out. And I think she reached on a walk and a run scored. Haley Evans, a double, a single, and a run scored tonight. Called strike 3. Almost a bit of exasperation from Perez that this one was finally done. And she got the called third strike. And this one's over. 18-5 your final. Ice Ortiz, 2 walks, a single, and an RBI. Good day for her. So some positives throughout the lineup for the Lady Tigers. Hey, shout out to Otero Federal Credit Union, our pre- and post-game sponsor. And thanks to you for tuning in and listening. Otero Federal Credit Union, Ochoa Stucco, First National Bank, the Winter Circle, and Ryan Richardson Motor Company. Richardson Motor Company scoreboard is 15-8 your final, and we are going to sign off for tonight because I think you guys have probably heard enough from me this evening. Lady Tigers lose the first game 18-0, and the second game 15-8 to the Lady Hawks from Centennial. 0-3 in district for Alamogordo, 9-5 overall. They'll try to get back on track on Monday against Morgan Mountain. We'll be there for that one. 5 o'clock start time on Monday. And we hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Stay tuned with us here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
If you're a service member, veteran, or family member who's feeling alone,
whether you're in crisis or not,
don't remain silent and suffer alone. There is help out there.
talk to someone you can trust.
Free confidential support is available 24/7 through the Veterans Crisis Line. Just text or call 988 and press 1 for veterans. Talking to someone about suicide won't increase the risk of suicide. It could save a life.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Department of Veteran Services, the Department of Health, the NMBA, and this station.
Dear